Every year, 33,000 babies in India are born with their feet twisted sharply inward. It's called Clubfoot. But here's the part that should genuinely make you angry. We've had the cure since the 1950s. It doesn't need surgery, it works 90% of the time, and it costs less than a mid-range smartphone. Yet somehow, 4 of these 5 kids grow up to be permanently disabled. Why? Because the hardest part isn't the cure, it's what happens after. See this? This is 2 lakh rupees of my own money. Today, I'm giving it all away to attack the exact part of this crisis that money can fix. Welcome to episode 10 of the 50 project. I'm giving away 1 crore rupees to 50 causes, and every single transfer happens right here on camera. By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly where the system breaks down. But the real reason you need to watch this, I'm going to give you a skill that will last a lifetime. You're going to learn how to tell the difference between a charity number that says something worked and a number that says that it lasted. Most people think that clubfoot is a money problem. They assume fixing a deformed foot takes expensive surgery. That's a completely reasonable guess, but it's dead wrong. The fix is called the Ponseti method. A doctor gently shifts the baby's foot and puts on a cheap plaster cast for a few weeks. The whole thing costs about 10,000 rupees, and by the end of it, the foot looks completely normal. So why are tens of thousands of kids still disabled? Because we treat clubfoot like a surgery, but it's actually a subscription. Here's exactly how the system fails. After the casts come off, the child's foot looks perfect. The visible problem is completely gone. Phase 2, the sentence. To keep the foot from twisting back, the child has to wear a rigid metal brace, 2 boots connected by a bar, every single night for up to 5 years. Phase 3, the relapse. Imagine you're a parent in a rural village. The foot looks fine, but now you have to strap your crying baby into an uncomfortable metal brace every night for 5 years. So, a massive number of parents completely stop. And when they stop, the foot twists painfully right back. Up to half of these kids relapse. The real bottleneck was never the cure. The real bottleneck is the boring, unglamorous 5-year follow-up. Which means, if I'm giving my money to this, the question isn't who does the cheap casting. The real question is who does the follow-through. And that's why I'm funding the Anushkaa Foundation. They don't just put on the casts, they supply the braces, and they do the brutal on-the-ground counseling to make sure parents actually keep coming back for half a decade. Plus, the guy who built their India program was born with clubfoot. He went through this exact treatment as a kid and grew up to be a top national tennis player. He's quite literally walking proof that this method works. But let's do the math out loud, because this is where charities usually lie to you. If casting costs 10,000 rupees, my 2 lakh should fix 20 kids, right? I could have put I cured 20 kids in the thumbnail, but that number is a complete lie. 10,000 only buys the first step, the honest full cycle costs. The cast, the braces, and the 5 years of tracking is about 40,000 rupees per child. So this money doesn't carry 20 kids. It fully carries exactly 5 children start to finish. And I'll be totally blunt. This saves 0 lives. If I put this money into malaria nets, it statistically prevents a child's death. But giving 4 kids a lifetime of walking instead of crawling, that is a different kind of good. I am making that trade on purpose, and I want you to know the math so you can disagree with me. Alright, transfer initiated, and it's done. 2 lakh rupees gone from my account, sent to the Anushkaa Foundation. Whether a child spends their life disabled or running normally literally comes down to whether one adult kept showing up for 5 years after the problem looked solved. Today, we funded that exact change. Please do not send me any money. Look up Anushkaa Foundation yourself, read the data, and if you want to make the same bet, donate directly to them using the link in the description below. If you're wondering how I even got this money in the first place to just give it all away, click the video on the screen right now. That is a totally different story. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.